What's up, guys? Shwheelz here with the second battle of the Elite Four. This one against Royal Downs. I'm going to start off with Blissey in this match, just because I think Blissey is my safest choice. Once again. I have the Ice Beam and Flamethrower on Blissey, which might catch Royal off guard. But he actually uses Trick on me in the first turn, catching me off guard. And he's going to give me the Choice Scarf, and I'm going to give him Leftovers. So really great play from Royal. And because he tricked me before I attacked, I'm actually going to be locked into Stealth Rock now. Predicting the Volt Switch on the second turn though, I decided to keep Blissey in because Blissey is the best Pokemon to take that Volt Switch. I'm just going to use Stealth Rock again and fail. But that is going to give me the upper hand when he sends in a Pokemon, and I'm going to be able to counter it now. And so he sends in Ferrothorn. I think I'm going to switch out into Aegislash now, predicting a Rapid Spin because I did get this Stealth Rock out. I do go into Aegislash, but he's actually going to use Stealth Rock instead of Rapid Spin, so he's going to get his own rocks out. And knowing that this Aegislash can't really do anything to Ferrothorn, I'm going to switch him out for Mawile, as Ferrothorn realizes that as well, and he's going to use Leech Seed. And so, I guess fortunately for me, the Leech Seed misses. In the long run of the game, I don't think it really mattered. But this first turn with Mawile and Ferrothorn, I'm actually going to use Fire Fang, outspeed the Ferrothorn, and get the one-hit KO. So really, really huge play on my part early on in this game. And I'm really in a good position, other than my Blissey being Choice Scarfed. And so Ferrothorn goes down. And Royal's going to send in Rotom again. And predicting a Will-O-Wisp, because it's a very rational prediction, I think I'm going to switch out into Blissey. I don't see any reason why Royal would do anything else but Will-O-Wisp to try to cripple this Mawile very early on in the game. And he does go for Will-O-Wisp, he hits Blissey, and now Blissey is Choice Scarfed and Burned. So really useful Blissey I've got going on here. I think it's really going to help me out in this game. So I'm just going to go for Flamethrower again, hoping that Royal's going to switch into something that is weak to it, or maybe I'll get a Burn. I don't know. I'm just kind of hoping for the best here. So he goes into Starmie, which really doesn't mind this Flamethrower at all. Had I used Ice Beam, would have made the same difference, I guess. But I hit him with Flamethrower, no Burn, which doesn't really matter because Starmie usually gets Natural Cure. And predicting a Psyshock on this turn, I actually switch into Greninja, thinking I'm going to absorb the attack. But Royal goes for Hydro Pump instead, and it's going to do a huge amount of damage to this Greninja, Starmie having a Life Orb, and I'll realize that now as he loses HP. So I know he's not Scarfed or anything. But I was kind of bluffing with this Greninja, given my Greninja's modest, and I'm pretty sure Timid Starmie outspeeds Greninja. And so I go for Dark Pulse anyway. I really took a chance there. And because I'm modest and because I'm Life Orbed, that thing almost OHKO's Rotom Wash. So really powerful Dark Pulse there. And Royal, knowing that the Dark Pulse is really going to do a lot of damage to any of his other Pokemon, he may as well just keep Rotom in and lose that, minimize the percent damage that I do to his team. And so this next turn he's going to send in his Breloom, and there's really no reason for me to switch out here. He does have Stealth Rock up, I don't have Rapid Spin or Defog, and if I switched out anyway, he could always substitute. So he goes for Mach Punch and knocks out Greninja. I go into Deoxys, hoping that Deoxys defense could outspeed Breloom. I knew that Deoxys defense was base 90 speed and Breloom was base 70, but it does look like Royal runs full speed EVs on Breloom, and he is going to outspeed me every time. So he gets the Spore off, and I don't really think Breloom can do anything to me, so I decide to keep Deoxys defense in to sleep off one turn of this sleep. And Royal's actually going to switch out, also knowing that Breloom's not going to do very much to Deoxys. He goes back into Starmie, and I was kind of worried. I didn't know if Starmie got Dark Pulse, and so I think I'm going to switch out Deoxys on this turn, just in case he has something that's super effective against me. I think Blissey's really my best bet, given that Blissey is pretty expendable. And so I'm going to switch into Blissey here and just take whatever this Starmie throws at me. But Royal plays it smart, and he actually goes for Rapid Spin on this first turn. So I probably could have kept Deoxys in. He gets rid of the Stealth Rock, and he takes some damage from the Life Orb there. And the next turn he actually goes for Hydro Pump, which was kind of surprising. Maybe he expected me to switch out. I don't really know. I think I would have lost to Stealth Rock anyway had I switched out, so not really sure why he gambled with Hydro Pump there. But he hit anyway, and it really didn't matter. I send in Aegislash, knowing that I will be able to survive anything this Starmie throws at me, given that it doesn't have Dark Pulse now. And I decided to Swords Dance the first turn. He did about 50% with Hydro Pump, which was a good chunk, but I'm going to be able to finish out the Starmie with a Shadow Sneak. And so the Shadow Sneak comes out, I finish Starmie, and Royal's going to get a free switch in here. He goes for Venusaur. I'm actually curious as to why he didn't go for Gyarados there. I think Gyarados would have been the better play. But he does go into Venusaur, and I decide to switch out into Deoxys. And I don't remember my logic for switching out there, but it actually pays off for me because this Venusaur has HP Fire, and I didn't know that coming into this battle. But Royal is one to run these weird hidden powers, and, well, I guess hidden power fire isn't that weird on Venusaur, but I should have suspected something. Maybe I should have King Shielded there and just took it. But I actually do get Deoxys in. Deoxys takes that attack well, and he's going to switch out Roland, predicting a Psyshock or a Psychic. And he actually sends in Gyarados here, which gets Intimidate off on Deoxys, which doesn't really matter because he's specially anyway. I get the free Leftovers recover, and I'm just going to try for Thunderbolt. He goes into Substitute. Knowing I'll wake up this turn, I definitely want to hit this Gyarados with Thunderbolt. But he outspeeds me, gets the Substitute off, and he's going to know that I now have a move that's 4 times effective against him. And so this next turn is a pretty big prediction for me. Either he keeps in Gyarados and goes for like Dragon Dance or something, or he switches into one of his 2 Pokemon that he has left that are weak against Psychic. He has Breloom and Venusaur left after Gyarados. And so I predict the switch. I don't think he wants his Gyarados to take that hit. And so I go for Psyshock here. And it doesn't kill Breloom, which is a little bit disappointing. I thought an uber legendary like Deoxys would be able to OHKO something with as little defenses as Breloom. But he doesn't, and I decide to switch into Mega Mawile here to take the Spore. We do run Sleep Claws in the tournament, so I definitely wanted Mawile to take the Spore and not Deoxys, given that Deoxys is super effective against the rest of Royal's team. But he does switch out Breloom and goes into Enoch, the Gyarados again. He's going to get the Intimidate off, and it was a good play on Royal's part, but fortunately I decided to switch out as well. I go into Aegislash instead, and here you're going to see me make a little mistake. I probably should go for Shadow Sneak on this first turn. I think I was predicting the Dragon Dance, and either way I guess Shadow Sneak would have been the better move. I go for Swords Dance instead, and he's going to get the Substitute off. So all I'm going to succeed in doing is breaking the Substitute before he beats my Aegislash. So smart play on Royal's part, but not so smart play on my part. I definitely could have damaged him before losing this Aegislash. And so Royal's just going to go for Waterfall on this turn, and this Aegislash is not going to be able to survive. Not with 40% health and in Blade mode. And so mistakes were made there, but it's no big deal. I still have Pokemon left. I still have this Deoxys with Thunderbolt, and that's what I'm going to send in now. And I'm just going to try for Thunderbolt. I'm going to... I mean, I've got a chance to take out Gyarados. If he switches into something else, he can't really switch into Breloom, given that Breloom's not going to hit me very hard, and I have the Psyshock. But he actually flinches me on this first turn with Waterfall here, so So I'm getting a little bit nervous. I definitely don't want to flinch or get crit again. A crit might kill me. He goes for Waterfall a second time and gets the second flinch. So now I'm getting really worried. Got 45 health. He might kill me with his next Waterfall if he gets a high damage roll, but I do have the leftovers, which probably makes a difference. Let's see, I recovered 9 health without leftovers. So no, not necessarily a difference. I did have 12 health left, but after all the leftovers recovery, it definitely made a difference there. And so I'm going to get the recover off. I should recover this next turn too, given that Gyarados is faster than me, and I don't really want to take a chance with this. And so he hits with Waterfall. Looks like he doesn't flinch me this time, and I'm going to be able to recover most of my health. And after leftovers recovery, I'm going to be pretty close to 100%. Looks like this Gyarados is going to get 100% with this, or close to it, with this leftovers recovery. And so I'm going to go for Thunderbolt on this turn. I mean, hopefully Gyarados doesn't doesn't flinch me again. But he actually gets a critical hit on this turn, and I go for Thunderbolt, not kill the Gyarados, which was really surprising to both Royal and myself. Royal said had he known that, he definitely would have Dragon Danced. And to be honest, he probably would have swept my team had he got that Dragon Dance off. Because all I have left really is Dragonite and a Sleeping Mawile. Dragonite would lose his multi-skill on the switch-in. And assuming... Actually, Gyarados might not have Ice Fang. Gyarados might have Bounce instead. I don't know what Royal runs on it. But depending on his last move, I definitely could have lost the game there. And so I'm going to get this last recover, the leftovers recovery, and I'm going to take this last Waterfall before I'm able to beat this Gyarados with Thunderbolt. And so now he has left Venusaur and Breloom. And knowing that Deoxys defense isn't extremely powerful, I think Venusaur is really his best move here. And especially given that he can't put me to sleep with Breloom because Mawile is still sleeping in the backfield. So I go for Recover just to start things off. I want to be at full health when I fight this Venusaur, and I do see that I outspeed him, which is good for me. I think base 90 speed would definitely be faster than Mega Venusaur, so no real surprises there. He goes for Sludge Bomb and does roughly a third of my health. I go for Psyshock, and I feel like I'm just doing scratch damage to this Venusaur. It looks like it's going to be a 3-hit KO. But he gets the Sludge Bomb off again. Thankfully he doesn't poison me, and so I'm going to get a chance to recover here and get most of my health back. I might want to go for 2 recoveries just because he's going to hit me with another Sludge Bomb, and it would be a 3-hit KO. Yeah, I think I should definitely go for Recover here just to get back to full health before he hits me again. But I actually switch out. I decided to go into Mawile just because I know he's going to use Sludge Bomb, and I can absorb a Sludge Bomb and hopefully burn off a turn of sleep. If I can get this Mawile awake, I could predict what Breloom wants to do and probably kill it with a Sucker Punch. But I'm asleep now, and I forgot about Hidden Power Fire apparently, so I'm just going to keep him in, try to Sucker Punch. I don't know if I miscounted the turns my Mawile was asleep or something, but I feel like that was a really sloppy play for me. I definitely wanted to keep that Mawile in the backfield and asleep. But I decided to switch into Dragonite here and just go for Earthquake. I think actually Dragon Claw would have been a more powerful attack. I don't know what I was really thinking there. But I just go for 2 Earthquakes and I'm going to finish off this Venusaur. It would have been a 2-hit KO either way, but I'm actually curious as to why I didn't use the Dragon Claw there. But his last Pokemon is Breloom, and all I have to do is Extreme Speed now, which is faster than Mach Punch, obviously, and I'm going to get the win. So, good game played by Royal. I move on to round 3 of the Elite Four, and I'll see you guys next time.